Good morning, everybody. This is Father Bernardo Ibarra of the Institute of the Incarnate Word, and today's Gospel is taken from St. Mark, chapter 8. In those days, when there again was a great crowd without anything to eat, Jesus summoned the disciples and said, "My heart is moved with pity for the crowd, because they have been with me now for 3 days and had nothing to eat. If I send them away hungry to their homes, they will collapse on the way, and some of them have come a great distance." His disciples answered him, "Where can anyone get enough bread to satisfy them here in this deserted place?" Still he asked them, "How many loaves do you have?" They replied, "7." He ordered the crowd to sit down on the ground. Then, taking the 7 loaves, he gave thanks, broke them, and gave them to his disciples to distribute, and they distributed them to the crowd. They also had a few fish. He said the blessing over them and ordered them distributed also. They ate and were satisfied. They picked up the fragments left over, 7 baskets. There were about 4,000 people. He dismissed the crowd and got into the boat with his disciples and came to the region of Dalmanutha. In his book, The Spiritual Exercises, St. Ignatius of Loyola presents one of his most famous meditations, that of the 2 standards. With his distinctive, concise style, yet at the same time profound and stirring, St. Ignatius sets before us 2 ways of life, symbolized by 2 standards. On the one hand, there is the standard of the devil and of the world, which is built on 3 pillars: attachments and pleasures, vanity and pride. According to the saint, these are 3 chains that imprison human beings and make them deeply unhappy. On the other hand, stands the standard of Jesus Christ. It too has 3 pillars: detachment, persecutions, and finally, humility. These are 3 ways by which our Lord draws those of noble heart. It is a proposal for life that makes a person profoundly happy. And in presenting this fully formed way of life, the saint says that Jesus Christ, the true captain, sends his friends and disciples with a mission to help everyone. Our Lord desires that his missionaries may seek to help all. Here we find one of the most beautiful secrets of the doctrine and life of our Redeemer, contained in this beautiful word: to help. If God became flesh, if he died on the cross, and if he left us the sacraments and his commandments, it was solely in order to help us. There is no other reason than this: to help man become fully human here on earth and then happy forever in heaven. We see this especially in today's Gospel. St. Mark tells us that the Lord had compassion on the crowd and expressed this feeling: "My heart is moved with pity for the crowd, because they had been with me now for 3 days and have nothing to eat." The divine human heart of our Lord was eager to help, to remedy that situation, to give them food. They had been with him for 3 days, and he was fully aware that they were hungry. That is why the desire to help springs spontaneously from his heart. No one had asked him. No one had complained. He is attentive to the needs of others. In his catalogue of little virtues, St. Marcelin Champagnat calls this attitude of our Redeemer charitable solicitude, which anticipates the needs of others in order to spare them the pain of feeling them and the humiliation of having to ask for help. It is the goodness of heart, incapable of refusing anything, always on the lookout to serve, to please, and to give to all. then we must seriously meditate on this charitable solicitude of our Lord, so that we may never doubt His love and His loving care for us. May we never call into question His constant concern for our lives and our daily tasks. May we never feel abandoned by the one who is attentive to every moment of our lives. Of course, temptations to distrust will come, but we must always return in our thoughts and our feelings to that divine human heart that has compassion on us. For if He asks His disciples to be ready to help everyone, all the more does He do so Himself. And all the more is He ready to come to our aid. When at the Last Supper He asked His friends to remain in His love, He meant nothing other than this, that we should never doubt His care and that we should always live in the awareness of being loved by Him. This grace we ask of our Blessed Mother. God bless you all.
If you found this video fruitful, please feel free to share it with a friend, a family member, or if you would like to learn more about our missionary priests throughout the world and how to support them, please visit IVE.org. Thank you for watching, and God bless.